Well, the week is finally here. Good versus evil. The monsters of the Midway versus the Purple People Eaters.
Oh, yeah.
The Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. When I moved to Minnesota all these years ago, I looked forward to these 2 weeks every year for two reasons. One, I could guarantee that the Bears would be on TV. And two, I could shut up those Vikings fans for 1 week. I have fond memories still of Charles Tillman ripping out the ball from Randy Moss's hands in the end zone, or causing a fumble at the last minute to win over the Vikings. And I know right now I'm not making any friends here. But what if I could tell you that I could be the enemy of your enemy?
Ooh.
Then I would be your friend, right?
Yeah.
So who's a greater enemy of the Vikings and the Bears? Say it with me. The Green Bay Packers. So let me share a story or two about our hated rivals of the North. In breaking news, it was discovered that one of the areas just outside of Lambeau Field was rezoned a daycare center. The new owner only identified as a football fan from Minnesota, and he said it was a strategic way to demoralize the Packer fan. How so, he asked. He replied, well, so many of their fans aren't allowed within 1,000 feet of a daycare, church, or school. So they will be barred from attending any more games. I've got one more for you. A diehard Packer fan, a Chicago Bear fan, and a Vikings fan were doing construction work on a high-rise. Every day, their wife packed their lunch for them. The Bears fan opened his lunchbox and he said, Polish sausage again. If I get this one more time, I'm jumping off. The Viking fan opened up his lunchbox and he saw Lutefisk, and he said, Lutefisk again? Oofda. If I see Lutefisk again, I'm jumping off too. The Packer fan, he opened up his lunchbox, bratwurst and cheese curds. And again, he said the same thing. If my wife packs me bratwurst and cheese curds, I'm jumping straight off. Well, the next day, they get up on the girder again. The Bears fan opens up his lunchbox. What's inside? Polish sausage. So he gets to the end, jumps off, and shouts, the Bears. The Vikings fan opens up their lunchbox and sees Lutefisk. He jumps off and screams skull as he's jumping off. The Packers fan, now completely alone, opens up his lunchbox and finds the bratwurst and cheese curds. He sighs, looks down, and jumps off as well. Well, the three widows get together, and they're mourning their husband's death. And the Bears fans, the Vikings fan wife, they say, oh, if I only knew that he didn't like that, I would have packed him something else. And they look to the Packers fan's wife and they say, what about you, Brenda? Aren't you devastated? And she says, don't look at me. That idiot packed his own lunch. So if there's one thing that us fans can agree on this weekend is the Packers suck and go Bears.
Yeah.